infrastructure, we have to emphasize that we clear them. If customers who have trees that they need to cut, we could help them by telling them they could speak to environment, like Park and Beach, for the assistance, or any private persons who do these cutting. As Mr. Daniel said, we assess the area that the tree is not could cause any immediate damage to our infrastructure, and because safety is always first, and we have to make sure that these trees can safely come down by the recommendation of the customer.
So, what are some of the challenges that the team encounters when it goes out into the field to conduct this vegetation management? What are some of the challenges that we realize?
One, to me, from since I started doing it, is that the conversation with the customer. Some of the times they want to be safe, but they don't want the tree to be cut.
Oh.
So it's like you're having hot and cold water in the same hand. Which one you really want? You want to be safe, you want the electricity. I mean, you have to give up one.
And you're not going to give up your safety. We're not encouraging you to give up your safety. But what are some of the challenges?
To continue expand and the challenges, one of them is the environment. Sometimes the terrain where we have to go to clear the vegetation, it could be real rugged. Could also thinking about heat, rain, all of those things. The area could be very full of vegetation and beehives and what we call locally a jack spanner. So all of those things we have to look up, because we have to get in contact probably with a private person who do beekeeping to come and take out the bees, agriculture department, in terms of removing these hazards before we go into the area and clear these trees from these lights. So that's from my environmental part of it also, some of the challenges that we do experience.
I'm happy that you mentioned that, because I want the public to understand that it's not just as simple as you call today to get the tree cut and the tree gets cut tomorrow. Our teams have to go out and do an assessment. I actually went on the road one time with your manager as we were going through some service orders, because persons kept calling in on the radio about they are constantly reporting these trees to be cut, and some of the things that we realize is that persons don't give very good details as to where it is this tree is. You might say, just swing across so-and-so avenue. So swing across so-and-so avenue, but the tree is up to an alley. Right? We had that down in the McKnight area. Just swing across so-and-so, but the tree is up to an alley. So it means that we now have to go up to find where this tree is or where these vines are. And when we do go, sometimes it's not impacting our skeleton pole, it's not impacting our skeleton line, nothing at all for skeleton it's impacting. But because people are hearing that there is a tree cutting program at Skellek, they're thinking that this tree cutting program is to cut trees. So I want the public to, when you're calling to give your reports, to be as detailed as possible so that we can know where to find the trees, and also to leave a contact number so that we can call you. All right, GQSC, you're queuing up. Is it that we have a caller? We had a caller. All right, that caller is gone. I told you once Mr. Gilbert is here, there's going to be the phone lines that they're going to get very hot. All right, so hurricane season is just, the caller is back. All right. Good morning, caller, you're live.
Yes, good morning. I'm back. Thanks for taking my call. Just want to follow up. The last time I know I spoke to you about some posts in the Kansas area. I'm just wondering how soon, and you just left off about the hurricane season coming up. Right? Remember, I spoke to you about a post that probably almost fall down, just when I on it. And there's also one that burned because they tend to have a lot of fire. Just off of John Gums, when they come in 1920. You know what I'm speaking about?
Which area?
Challengers. This
Okay,
is
yes. So
Challengers.
this is Bucky, right?
Yes, Bucky, that's it.
Okay. No, I did speak with my team. We went out to look at it, and I know every time people see poles, they think it's Skelec, but Skelec, we don't have any infrastructure on that pole. Those poles that you're making reference to. So it might be a case where it's being used by the other utilities, and they have to do some maintenance work on it. We try our best to engage in regular meetings and conversations with these other telecommunications utilities to help with these challenges, but unfortunately it doesn't always happen as quickly as we would like for it to. So I can I'll have the manager for that area issue a reminder to those two utilities so that they can have those poles dealt with, but we don't have anything on them.
Okay, I'm going to back to the one because there's one right on the corner that is burnt, and I don't want any high wind to pass and then the post tumble over. But just after the one that you spoke about that don't have your power line, there's another one. I can't say offhand, but when I'm on my way home, I will definitely look at it and see if you have your line or is just the cable or flow. Right,
All right, so take a picture and send it to me because I don't know if you can identify which will be our lines or their lines. Okay?
Of course.
All right.
And thanks for paying attention and thanks for keeping the good work.
All right.
And remember, my media is available for service. Not what we did, right, you?
All right, thank you so much.
My media is available.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Okay, so gentlemen, we have another caller. Gilbert, I told you. Good morning, caller, you're live.
Good morning to my number one working boys and girls.
Hi, Miss Jeffers. Good morning.
Do I have to take a picture to send it to you?
What picture?
To see the problem that I'm speaking about 3 months now, nearly about a mile and a half a year ago.
You mean the pole in the back of your yard?
It's not in the back of the yard, it's in the driveway. We go up the telephone post is right here with the light on it. What I have done, what have I done that the light cannot go on that I could see? If I have to go to the back of the yard, the light is not showing.
But I sent Mr. Dayson.
You see, the last time you tell me that you was going to come down here, and you didn't come.
I sent Mr. Dayson, he didn't come. I sent him.
And I know you're a busy lady, but
Miss Jeffers,
the light need fix it. The light, something want you to the light that I can get some light in the yard if I have to go to the back of the The classmate came from church and had some clothes they go out. I have to really look where you're going. I don't know if anybody will into the back of the yard because behind the dark. The light supposed to show from the other neighbors come over. Because it's like a walk away, a drive away, go up, and the post is over there. In the walk away, mostly in the neighbor place. But it can show over in my area. That's how we was all the time. But whatever happened to the light, it's not showing a while now.
So I'm asking you, did Ezekiel come and visit you?
Hello?
I sent Ezekiel to come and look at the light.
No, nobody come to do nothing.
You Ezekiel follow?
Nobody come from since the complaining. Nobody come. Right. People doesn't even, somebody walk out doesn't even meet me and ask me if they can't come fix your light yet, as they can't taking me on.
All right, I'm going to have to deal with this, okay?
I don't want you to come for just sorry alone. I don't take off your name off the list. have a good day.
You too, Lolo.
GQ said somebody down there, you know. Cool, so again, no more sorry. We have more callers, GQ.
Yes.
Oh, we do? All right. Good morning, caller. You're live. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. I just called to let you know. I've been calling about the line to pass the top.
I'm having a hard time hearing this caller. Hello? All right, maybe he can try to call in again. Okay, so the question I was about to ask you, gentlemen, is that we are now approaching hurricane season. We are just days away from hurricane season, and we've already seen that the rainfall has already started to increase. Now, I know when the rain falls, it makes it harder for vegetation management because you cut today, and next week you go back and you're going to see vegetation again. So tell us about how the public can play a role in ensuring that they make reports, they have their eyes helping us to know where these challenges are so that we can get rid of this vegetation. Why it's important for the public to call and report.
In terms of doing that, it helps us to find your location much easier whenever you make the call, and it's also help us to have a proper maintenance plan and schedule to get locations done and to get the trees cut. One of the things that we face is with customers on a whole is that the trees in the yard where they plant them. That is something that we have to be aware of also in terms of a customer. Where you plant a tree, not because it's your property. You have to remember the infrastructure of electricity that on the outside of it. And that would help.
Okay. Mr. Gilbert, any other advice for the public and our customers?
Yeah, just to follow up on what Mr. Daniel said, is to call us. We are here to listen. We come, we do our inspection, and do the proper schedules to help clear the lines. We all want our electricity in our home because no one wants to feel hot at night. So by providing the information, maybe on your morning walk, your afternoon walk, you're probably walking through some back road where we have lines going, and you see that there's an overgrowth of vegetation. Give us a call, let us know, and then we will take that information and run with it and see what is taking place in the area, if something that we need to immediately get to work to, or we can schedule it out. And vegetation also come with fire, so it also help us to protect our infrastructure, which also help our cost overruns to be lowered. So with the public support, providing that communication to us in terms of the vegetation would truly support us here at Skellig.
And what about for customers who might want to actually cut the trees themselves? What's our advice to them regarding that?
Okay. My advice pertaining to that is that you make contact with the company, that we could assist you in whatever means we can in terms of interruption of the supply. If we could assist you in terms of a bucket truck to assist in the height and that sort of stuff.
Okay. But we don't advise them to go and cut it on their own just like that?
No. If it is lower than the electricity lines and it would not damage or fall on top of the other utilities lines that could cause a reaction towards our lines that could cause the circuit to trip. And that's why I would have said it's best for you to call the company so we could make an assessment of it and advise you in the right direction, where to go from there.
And what advice do we have to our customers as it relates to these trees? I think that we need to explain to our customers that do not wait until the tree becomes excessively, massively overgrown to start to put up your hand for help. I see you shaking your head, Mr. Daniel. You want to finish my statement?
It is not about want to finish, but it's things that we all face on a day-to-day basis. Customers have their trees in their yard, fruits trees, flower trees, and it's only when it becomes a hazard to the electricity supply you realize we need to, the company need to. Let us not wait until that happens.
Yes. So regularly groom, maintain, prune your trees so that it doesn't go out of control, because the reality of it is hurricane season starts June 1st. We already had a sort of a freak storm last weekend. This weekend? This weekend passed. The weekend before. We already had sort of a freak storm. So anything that is going to include high winds, lots of rain, that's going to make the soil very unstable, which means that the trees now have the opportunity to dance and sway, and then they're going to end up on the infrastructure, which means you are going to be without power. That's the reality of the situation. When those tree branches break or they sway and they lean over onto our infrastructure, you are going to be without power. So let us think about prevention, preventing you being without power. And you can do that by making sure that your trees don't go too tall. Call Skelec in the event that you're seeing these trees and you want them to get out of the lines, because you don't want to end up having to wait a longer period of time when we start restoration, when any storm or hurricane does happen. So it's just a reminder that Javid will help me. Noah didn't build the ark when it was raining, right?
No, he built it before the rain.
Good. Which means we can't wait until it's too late to get anything done. We have to think like, no, the rain is going to come, so let's build the ark. So the hurricane season is going to come. It's going to come. Whether we get a massive storm or not, there will be some unstable conditions. So we need you to play your part. Gentlemen, final parting words for our listeners this morning. Starting with you, Mr. Gilbert.
Yes, thank you, Patrice, for the opportunity as always. For private sector, the government sector, there are times that when we have tree planting activities, one of the things that we would like to do, what we would like from the company, for them to get in contact with us. Mm-hmm. So, and let us explain to them, let them know that if there is infrastructure that is there, because the more trees that affect our line, our maintenance costs will go up.
Yes.
And who will be paying for that maintenance cost ultimately? So those are some of the things. So we at Skelec are community based. We love our customers and we are here to help. So let us work with each other hand in hand to provide electricity to our communities and reciprocate a family effort towards powering our community. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gilbert. Yes, we are a very powerful family. Right, Mr. Daniel?
Yes, that is true. In simple, all that I would want to advise the customers is that let us not wait until something happens for us to rectify it. Let us do it before. It is less cost efficient if we do it before than if we wait until it happens. Let us get it done.
Thank you. One of the things I realized, just for 20 more seconds, GQ, we didn't tell the listeners what number to call to report these trees in the lines. So the number is 465-2013. That's our emergency hotline, 465-2013. You can also come into our customer service department down on Central Street, and you can place your report there. They will create a service order as well, our customer service team. You can also call 465-2000 and leave a message on our auto attendant that is checked as well, and a service order can be created from that message that you leave. There is also a way that you can get in touch with our customer service team through our website. You can leave a message under the Contact Us page. You can let us know exactly. If you have eBiz as well, which is our online portal, our customer management portal, account management portal, you can also leave the request there. You can also just send us a message on Facebook or Instagram with the picture and the directions. Remember, it's important for you to give us accurate directions and your customer information, your contact information, so that we can find these trees and get rid of them before the storms come. All right. So I want to thank you, GQs that I said, for having us here on air this morning for another edition of Power Talk. Mr. Gilbert and Mr. Daniel, thank you for joining me on the Power Talk this morning. Thank you to all of our callers. We'll be back first Wednesday in June, which is the start of the hurricane season. So we'll be talking about how we are preparing and what you need to do as a customer to make sure that we weather the storm together. All right, thank you. Bye-bye. Remember that Skelec is the nation's leading utility provider, and we wouldn't have it any other way.